Now, the rest of the story. Charles must have known that he was dying. The atmosphere of the murder mystery he was writing was so somber throughout, all of the withering leaves and sunsets. Then there was that uncharacteristic clause that he put into his publisher's contract, the one making provisions should he die in mid-writing. Oh, Charles felt the curtains closing all right. Perhaps that's why he worked so feverishly to finish the mystery whose early chapters, already released in installments, had so tantalized his readers. The mystery was probably solved in Charlie's mind in the summer of '69. For early in August, he confided much of the plot to a close friend. He was even touring prospective settings for the story, some of which were in the most horrible sections of town. But Charles was not to begin writing his mystery until October, the first installment of which was completed by the 26th. Other business interrupted him in the early weeks of the new year, but after the Ides of March, he devoted his energies entirely to this strange, complex tale. Now it was the 8th of June. All day Charles worked on the mystery story in the chalet that had been built in his garden. At 5 in the afternoon, he stopped writing. The unfinished manuscript of Chapter 23 was lying before him. He went into the house and wrote letters for an hour. He felt increasingly ill by the minute. Dinner was at 6. At the table he complained a little, then began speaking incoherently. He struggled to his feet, and he fell. It had been a massive cerebral hemorrhage. Charles would linger almost precisely 24 hours, although silently, and thus did he carry the secrets of this mystery story to his grave. Not quite half completed, that tale, to this day, is listed among the most famous fragments of the 7 arts. Scores of professional writers and armchair detectives have sought to solve its numerous riddles. Charles' own sketchbooks and letters have been scrupulously combed for clues, but nobody has been able to suggest with the slightest authority what happened to the title character, or how that truth was to be discovered, or the identity of the woman in the opium den, or who Stranger Datchery, probably disguised, really was, or how the story itself would be resolved. So many guesses have been made, but they were only guesses, and they hang heavy in the air of English literature like fog in the back streets of London. For this is the irony that remains. Charles had created much as an author, but never before had he attempted a mystery, the only mystery story he ever wrote. And nobody will ever know how it ends. The only book he ever really needed to finish was the only one that he did not finish. And so that cryptic masterpiece remains appropriate to its title, The Mystery of Edwin Drood, by Charles Dickens. Now you know the rest of the story.